Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters all around Africa. Thank you so much on tuning in on King Said So, your Pan-Africanist podcast. And I'd like to thank everyone that has subscribed, guys. Every new subscriber we have, we're no longer doing the 10,000 subscribers. We are now growing as a channel. So I thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Let me thank you by saying, Swaziland, you are very much appreciated on the channel, always on the comment section, always on the live feeds. Thank you so much. South Africa, always on the comment section. I love you guys so much. I appreciate it. Of course, I cannot forget Lesotho, and I cannot forget Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, a country that is close to my heart. And I believe Zimbabwe will be a great African country one day. So thank you so much for Zimbabwe for tuning in. Let's talk about Kenya. Kenya, thank you for tuning in, guys. I love you guys so much. I hope that one day Africa will adopt Kiswahili of being an official language of Africa. And thank you so much to, go on the comment section and tell me which country am I leaving out so that I can give you a shout out next time. Listen, I want to speak about some African news, and there is some African news that have caught my attention here and there, and now I believe it might be to your interest. The first one is Israel speaking to Congo and other African countries to transport Palestine refugees to Congo. I've never heard such nonsense in my life about the ignorance of Africans when it comes to understanding that we need to unite first and help our own people first before we can help others. That is how other nations are working. It's only us who are welcoming even when we are in need ourselves. Congo is a country with semi-wars, rebels everywhere, shooting everyone everywhere. SADC has sent their armies there. The African Union has withdrawn its army, and now SADC is helping there, sending their armies there to fight all of that nonsense, because the European countries keep on funding these rebels. So they've got guns and everything, and they are terrorizing our people, and they are funding the government not to fight them full force. You understand what I'm saying? So let the people of Palestine go to Tunisia, Morocco, Egypt. Egypt does not want them, and Liberia, Libya, or go to those countries. Let the Arab people assist you there. Thank you very much, but we have our own problems, and as Pan-Africanists, we put Africans first. And there is a lot of African countries that need help. Congo is one of them. How is Congo going to receive refugees when they themselves don't have their house in order? My goodness. Let's speak about Senegal. In Senegal, I've got a problem with how the Senegalese government is treating Sonko. Sonko, for those who don't know, is a young politician who is taking Senegal by storm. First, they accused him of a rape case, and that rape case fell off. He was not found guilty. And then the government arrested him for wrongfully influencing the youth. That is the charge that he's serving. For wrongfully, he is in jail for 2 years for wrongfully influencing the youth. The Senegalese people are going to be going to the polls to vote on the 25th of February. His appeal process has been denied all the time. But this time around, he goes there and the courts say, The appeal documents missed some few pages. Some few documents were missing from the appeal process. His lawyer says, no, I put in everything in there. So it is very painful to see African countries dealing with each other like this. Africans, let's stop fighting each other like this. These corrupt presidents must move out, and the young, vibrant, and capable lions, politicians must take over. These old lions must move over. They must die a slow death and move over for these politicians. So my people, my Senegalese people, keep on fighting for your president to be. Keep on fighting for him to get out of prison before the elections. It's so heartbreaking. We have a situation in Zambia where schools are closed because the Minister of Education announced that on Thursday that both primary and high school will not return this Monday, and originally scheduled to return Monday will now resume classes on the 29th of January. This is because of I think it's a cholera outbreak. It's a cholera outbreak that is happening in Zambia. Let's just pray for our African brothers and sisters. It's very important for us to pray for each other. Those African countries that can provide aid, let's provide aid. My goodness. Going to Burkina Faso, my favorite president in Africa right now, Ibrahim Traoré, reshuffled his cabinet, moving people around. People who are dragging their feet are not going to survive in front of Ibrahim. He is a guy, a young man. He's what now? 35, 36 years old. He has taken over Burkina Faso by fire, fixing the airport, making proper deals with Russia, the nuclear power, nuclear energy. He's taking over the minerals of the country. This is what we want to see in politicians. This is what we are crying for. An army general had to take the country over because the government politicians they are not doing their job. It's very heartbreaking to see this, ladies and gentlemen. I really love Ibrahim. I love him so much. We are praying for him. We wish the young lion can roar for years to come. And he does not want to be president. He said, I will stabilize this country until there are proper elections, free and fair elections where the people can vote, and then I'll step back. Understand? That shows you a man with vision in his mind. But the Burkina Faso people, they love him so much. They say, no, keep on going. We'll tell you when to go, but don't leave now. Keep on going. We only speak about BRICS. The BRICS welcomed other nations to its club, so to say. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates is there. Iraq and Ethiopia all joined the ranks in the BRICS group on Monday. That is in the beginning of the year. So that is I don't know how to feel about these BRICS things. When they started, they were making a big noise that they were going to start their own currency to take the dollar out. They are quite quiet now about their own currency. And their own currency is what we needed because we knew that the BRICS currency was going to favor Africa more than the dollar. So I'm not sure. I want African countries to unite amongst each other and make sure that they take over the world economy. We can, as Africa. We can. We have the resources. We have the market. We have the connections. We can do this as Africa. But African countries don't believe in themselves the way they should be. Anyway, in Nigeria, at least 16 people were killed in an attack in the center of Nigeria. These attacks are occurring all the time. On I think on Christmas Day, like 114 people, or was it 140 people that were killed by these rebels that are continuously funded by European countries because of the minerals that are there in the north central parts of Nigeria. It is because of minerals that people are getting killed. It's not a religious, it's not Muslims killing Christians. It's not there. Don't be fooled. And we always said, one Africa, one army, for nonsense like this. Because if Africa had an army, it could, a single army, it could invade that place. Within hours, they could win the community, their land back. You understand what I'm saying? So it is heartbreaking to see this, man. Man, really, our presidents. How can an army of a country, Nigeria, amongst the top armies in Africa, fail to defeat a rebel group that is in an area where they know they are? A full army of a country cannot go and take those people out. But they wanted to fight. ECOWAS wanted to fight Niger for France. So they were ready to go to war for France, but they can't go to war for their own problems in their country. I'm done. Uganda is no longer a beneficiary in the African Growth Opportunity Act after the United States struck the country off the list of the end of the December. Yeah, we saw this coming. Uganda has been fighting this LBGQ movement like nobody's business. So because of that, Ugandans are going to suffer because they've been taken off the list. So they will not be getting aid. They will be getting funds. They will be not getting loans. They can't, like, the United States is putting like mini sanctions against Ugandan government for standing up and saying we don't want LGBTQ rights here. We don't want LGBTQ movements here. We're an African country. We believe in an African way of living, which means one man with one woman and their children. Those who want to practice their LGBTQ movement things can do it in private, but not in public. That is what the Ugandan government is being punished for. So for me, it's like Africans, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. And when we see one African country being attacked like this by the United States, the rest of us need to stand and say, listen, take all of us out of that list. If you are going to punish these people because of specifically this issue, we are all not interested in your funding or your assistance in any way, shape, or form. That is how Africa unity must be. That is how Africans must be. Pan-Africans must push. But other countries, because they are getting more than other countries, they're going to keep quiet because they don't want to mess up their own donations and funding and whatever nonsense that they are getting from the United States. But the day is coming where Africa will be liberated and we will take back what is ours. And we will have the power to say we don't need imports. We don't need to export outside our country, which is Africa, our continent. We don't need anyone else. Everyone needs us. You come and you beg for us, on us, to us for help. The time is coming where all the continents will know that Africa is the powerhouse of the world. Anyway, thank you so much for joining, guys. If you want to hear some more African news, just type King. Give us more on the comment section, and I will do more. I'm tired. It's past 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to edit this video so you guys can get it in the morning. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. And after you pray, make sure that you stand up and do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism.